Good Tuesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. There is one dog out. There is a few others out. Come on, pups. Get over the house. So Willow was abandoned. Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It's a beautiful sunny morning, and it's time to get the day going on this Tuesday after President's Day. Hope everybody had a nice, relaxing President's Day. It's cold. It's chilly. We're definitely having a winter here in the Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area. So here we are. Wife's already gone to work. So she's got a busy schedule. And maybe some snow will be coming in tomorrow and Thursday. I don't know. Having looked at the most recent updated weather forecast up here, it's a hit or miss. So let's get in the house here and get the day going and get right back to you with more conversations on Tuesday. Wow. We got some excited doggies here. Come on, pups. Let's get to the barny. Let's go to the barn and get the day going. Get you guys fed. So you can even be more revved up. Hey, they're coming to get the F450 and the Bronco this morning. So all my griping, those watching my channel, the guy reached out to me late yesterday evening, about 8:30, and said he'd been given orders by Ford to come get the F450 Bronco. Kind of sad. February 13th, a year ago, I was down there in Florida with my family, and I traded that Power Boost in negative numbers into, what the hell? Nope, in for that F450. That's a beautiful truck. I mean, that is such a badass truck. Whoever gets that truck's going to be really happy. So 2022, only has like 7,000 miles on it. Barely been driven. That truck worth new today is probably about 110 to 120. I can only hope the auction brings 90 to 100 for it. We'll see. So discrepancy isn't that bad. But that's a huge payment. I mean, that's a house payment. You can own a house paying for that truck. And the Bronco, just about a year ago. I think we bought that thing actually though in 2023. I just can't remember totally on that. So the driveway's really going to start to thin out, everybody. Here, if everybody watches my channel, you know, it's interesting. I see some people kind of come onto my channel that haven't been a subscriber or really follow it. And one guy, come on, Pops. And one guy reached out when I was doing the Harley Street Glide ST bars. And he was like, holy crap, man, you're freaking rich as hell. And blah, blah, blah. You have all these motorcycles and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, but I don't own them. But it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool, you know, on the surface. Anybody comes to my channel new, they'll be like, oh, wow, this guy has so much money. It's beyond believable. For those that have been with me a long time, they know, yeah, I make good money, but I spend too much damn money. No, don't go up there. Come on. Go up there. Who are we missing? All right, so we got all four. Good. So, okay, Pops, so let's get you guys fed. Come on, you hungry? Come on, Prince. Come on, Prince. Hey. Where is my Kate? Where is... Somebody's missing. Hey, Diesel, come on, boy. Diesel, boy. Come on. So, where are you? That's too bad. Diesel usually... Hey, Diesel. Here, boy. It's always a challenge getting these dogs fed, so let me round them up and get them fed. Well, actually, you know, I got all the bowls ready today. A little different ball game here on my nice new cabinet, my nice new area to put more of my toys of my cars. Yeah, anytime future I'll be telling people, I bought another car, everybody. And I'll just do a little version of that right here. Here you go. All right, so there's one. Come on, Diesel. That's kind of weird. I don't know where Diesel went. He's intrigued by those the geese, and he's really enamored by that. So he's really watching that. Come on, hey, Diesel. I'm going to have to go chase him down, I guess. I counted 8 dogs going out the door. One thing for sure, man, the dogs keep you youthful. So let's see where he went. But, oh my gosh. Come here, Prince. Come here. Come on. I don't think I'm fighting you as well. Because it'll be now chase the dogs around the neighborhood. So, yeah, so Diesel's on his own. But she's not really like that. Usually he wants to go and hang out here and get food. So I have to let the door get closed and go find him and see what he's doing. It kind of just distracts from the conversation, unfortunately. So I'll just turn this off. It takes too much time. All right, he's doing the usual, being bad. Yeah, Diesel and Rebel, probably the most common names of the dog you hear in my channel because they're always misbehaving. So yes, here we are. It's the Tuesday morning, getting the week going for those that had the Monday off. Or do you even have? I'm sure for a lot of federal employees are probably thinking, yeah, I got Monday off, and I'm probably going to have Tuesday off and Wednesday off. I don't know. Yeah, it's so interesting times we're living in right now. And, you know, what you read, what do you bring to the table? I mean, it's incredible of all the things going on around us. Even for me, as I read content, I think, you know, what do you talk about? And I thought to myself yesterday, I wanted to talk about the President's Day. I thought that was pretty informative, good information. But what I thought to myself yesterday was hiding. It's just incredible how Elon Musk coming into office with Donald Trump in so many ways on what the amount of hiding that our government has done to us. Isn't it incredible? I mean, sincerely, it's just really an eye-opener. You know, what drove Elon Musk to have this idea about really getting to the books of our government? Was it because he got sick of hearing the amount of debt that we're carrying and how this country is truly destined to be bankrupt because it can't hold its own? It can't hold its own. I mean, our government, don't you only wish as a consumer you could just go out and buy stuff and then print money off your computer and pay your bills? I mean, in so many ways, that's what our federal government does in my world. That's the way things are presented to me in life from the conversations is our country just prints money because now we're wanting to know where all the gold is at Fort Knox. Anybody heard this story? There's now Elon Musk is all about where is the gold at Fort Knox. There's supposed to be like 4,580 ton of gold at Fort Knox to supposedly back our currency or our value of our country for the debt that it holds. Now, I'm not that astute in all this type of talk and language, but just on the surface, it sounds like, yeah, that kind of seems to make sense. But yet our government isn't showing us the gold. And people are claiming that back in the 1970s, it was all taken by a family, and it's not there anymore. So now Elon Musk is demanding that we see the gold. And he wants to do a whole video of everybody seeing all the gold. So that'll be very interesting to play out. But the point is, for Elon Musk, you know, he's hell-bent on getting into the books of our country. And as I just said, think about what the main, what I hear on a consistent basis, it seems like, through our fiscal spending, is that the government just prints money that really has no value to it just to make it look like it can carry its own weight. Well, once again, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool for me if I could just start printing money to just continue to go out and buy more cars and trucks and motorcycles? I can just get on my computer and print more money. And I take it to dealership and I just hand them wads of cash for me just making my own money. I mean, is that kind of in some ways what our federal government's doing? I mean, that's how it kind of sounds. Now, is that really the way it works? I don't know. I'm not the Secretary of Treasury, so I really don't know. But Elon Musk, he's just heck bent on what he feels that our government is hiding from us. And so for us, I mean, you really can't honestly say that this is truly an eye-opener that he sparked the movement to bring awareness to people that this country, our government, is screwing us over big time. I mean, don't you do you feel that way? As an individual right now, are you buying into the Elon Musk pitch with the Department of Government Efficiency that our government is the most corrupt government of modern times ever in this country, and it truly is screwing the taxpayers over, and truly the political figures' position of that is, what are you going to do to me? What are you going to do? You can't touch me. I'm a politician. I'm just a person that was voted in by the people, but now I'm special because people voted me in. They think I'm special, and I can write bills and write laws, and I'm untouchable. And that's, to me, that's kind of the way it seems that these politicians seem to get their their feet on the ground and get running, and then over years of being in office, and their constituents supposedly support them, and they feel like they can do whatever the hell they want to do, and for the most part, they won't be hurt, which is just really bad. And the likes of AOC, That lady runs her mouth all the damn time. You think to yourself, who voted that lady in? And you just have to say the whack jobs voted her in. I mean, you think about it, and people say the opposite to me. Who voted in Donald Trump? Well, the whack jobs voted that guy in. Well, I can tell you right now, if you're on the page that you're all for government stealing money from you as a taxpayer, then just send me money. Sincerely, if you're on the page in life that you feel good about you sending your money that just goes to waste, then here, please, everybody on my channel, just start sending me money so I can pay my bills, and so I don't have to lose more vehicles and write the ship of the social media thing that convinced me to go out and be a crazy man and buy way too much stuff. So for all those that totally disagree with me that what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing is totally wrong, and you think fiscal responsibility means nothing, then just send me $1,000, $10,000 check, and I'll be like, cool. Thank you very much for your fiscal responsibility, but you can look at me and call me out in the same way. And that's what happens in our society. Our country is probably one of the more worst of credit abuse in the world. I don't know those numbers, but our country just thrives off of credit. The majority of our country is in debt like never ever seen. People borrow to buy things. But that's what runs the country. You take the credit infrastructure out of this country would be broke overnight. People don't have any money. Very young. When I was very young, knocking on doors, selling home heating oil. When I was very young, selling car care products in the street, face to face to people. I'm not embellishing here. I would go up to a guy that wanted to sell them a car care product, which was a waterless car wash care product, dry wash and guard. That was basically just the same thing. What's out there by the gazillions today is as a product you spray on your car or motorcycle, and you can wipe the fine line of dirt, or I should say more like dust and fine. You can clean your car without water, is what I'm trying to say. But you have no idea how many people I ran into that I would say you could buy a small bottle for $19.99, or you could buy a big bottle for $39.99, and they would say, I can't do that till it's Friday when I get paid. And then I would look to sign up distributors that had to pay a $49.99 distributor fee to become a distributor, and then you had to buy $300 worth of product to become a distributor, to sell the product to others and promote it. And the majority of the time, people would be like, I don't have that. And some people would say that was an excuse. No, because I would have people that really want to join up, like, but can I just join up? Like, you can join up, but you got to buy product. And they'd be like, well, can you just spare me a few bottles? And well, I tried that a few times. That never works out. I have many stories of giving a guy a case of product worth $300. Never saw that again. I got many stories, gave a few bottles to a guy to get going, never saw that guy ever again. So no, people are truly in this country living on the edge. But yet most people think everybody's hunky-dory and it's beautiful. And you watch the stock market and everybody's making so much money that they're all rich and whatever. But the whole point of the conversation this morning is it's the hiding of the facts of our government that we're now seeing Elon Musk expose so many that participated in this U.S. aid. But once again, this is very deep and concerning because it's going to go through the court systems most likely. There's going to be lawsuits, and you're going to see these others fighting back of how Elon Musk misled so many people of how the monies were taken, but they were actually reused. It's going to be, it's going to get dirty. But what I'm noticing here recently is a lot of the people running their mouth on X have shut up. So Chuck Schumer has just shut the hell up. He was running his mouth. Well, there's stories of Chuck Schumer may be being investigated for part of this U.S. aid. Nancy Pelosi, she sure has calmed down. Maxine Waters, she sure has calmed down. Jeffries, the Democratic, head, that guy up there in New York, he's calmed down. So a lot of these people running their mouth on the Democratic Party side here recently, they really have started to kind of just shut up on the X. And we're seeing that Elon Musk is getting favorable rulings by judges that are allowing him to continue the path for investigating what the Democratic Party says you can't do. You can't take information like that and expose it. So he's getting through the lawsuits and trudging on. And now he's in the Social Security Administration, and Elon Musk is saying that the foreign adversaries, the foreign criminals, have gotten into our Social Security system like never seen, and they're stealing billions of dollars from our government with fake Social Securities and fake individuals. Have you heard the latest of this? So now Elon Musk, no, don't do that. So now Elon Musk is saying that now even the criminals across the seas have hacked into the Social Security Administration, and they're enriching themselves off of the defunct government that we have that can't keep track of what's real and what's not. Wow. So for Elon Musk, if Donald Trump, you can imagine right now, if Donald Trump had not been elected in office and Elon Musk had not come along, can you imagine if Kamala Harris would have been elected? We would still be in the blind of all this U.S. aid and all this government corruption like never ever seen. And I think most people have always felt that there's government corruption in our country where the big guys are paying off political figures to get into office, or they contribute to their campaigns, then outside the campaigns, they're giving them favoritism, sending them money. I think most people have always been very aware of that. But I don't think most people, such as me, were aware of these fake accounts set up under U.S. aid that were just used deliberately to funnel money through money laundering, basically, through the federal government back to the select few to enrich themselves. And then the intertwangle of all the intertwining, all the different hands are in the pocket from people that are actually in position in political ways of judges and then, politicians and whatever else it may be. We haven't even gotten into the state systems yet. Elon Musk hasn't even gone. He's just working on the federal. Can we now even imagine what the state systems are doing? I don't know. I don't think the state systems would be as corrupt per se, but I think that the federal side is but once again, here's the thing. I'm saying this morning to everybody on my channel. Do you just feel like, wow, the hiding of our federal government and then the masters of deception of the political parties like Bernie Sanders and Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, whatever the hell her name is, the likes of her and many others, they constantly go after the rich people have too much money, we need to tax them. They don't pay enough taxes. But what you don't understand is, yes, they do pay a ton of freaking taxes, but it's not proportional to the way they want to look at it. That's the downside is the people that make a lot of money still pay in more taxes than the average person ever will pay in, but it still isn't good enough. But what they do is they turn the tables. This is the dogs. Hey, you guys! Jesus Christ, man, I tell you. This stuff just wears you out at the end of the day. Just stop it. Just stop it. You guys are just being nasty. Stop it. Yeah, is my voice about gone? It is. Just stop it. Jesus Christ, man. Dogs. How stupid am I? Yeah, don't have to answer that question, everybody. I mean, oh my gosh. So once again, so the masters, the politicians they turn the table on you to distract you from what's really going on. And they're the cheaters. They're the liars. They're the stealers. And that's the thing. And I still even think to myself about Elon Musk, what intrigued him to even think about all this? Because in life, what you learn is, you know that the criminals, a thief knows a thief. Do you understand that? A thief knows a thief because they know how they operate. So you have to say to yourself, I tell you, you have to say to yourself, what is a law? I mean, I don't think there's anything much there per se. Who the hell knows? But it is interesting how Elon Musk truly wrote off of the Obama administration wanting to do the green energy thing. I mean, Elon Musk, his true beginnings, I know PayPal, but for Tesla, Elon Musk was gifted by Obama, the Democratic Party, all the green agenda. And I think it's classic on how, and so in so many ways, what was Elon Musk really hiding all the years of what he his deep, real thoughts were, even though he voted for Joe Biden, even though he stood in line to shake Barack Obama's hand. And now the latest is this lady on X, St. Clair, I think's her name, a popular creator on X, Elon Musk and her have hidden for the past 5 months that he had another baby. Elon Musk now has like 11 kids, and St. Clair was the latest one, and so the baby is 5 months old. So basically 14 months ago, 10 months ago, 12 months ago, whatever, Elon Musk knew he had another child come to this world, and did he hide that from us? He does. Does Elon Musk, for the most part, hide his relationships like most popular people do? He does. Does Elon Musk now have like 3 or 4 women in his life living with him in a compound? I don't know. I mean, he lives over there in Texas. There are all the kids and the girlfriends, whatever you want to call them, his ladies living together as he supports them. I don't know. I don't know that answer. I'm not that into, Elon Musk really talks about his father, who apparently is a very successful, I think, businessman over there in France or maybe England. I'll have to talk about him another day when I can get more into that. So once again, I'm just bringing up what everybody knows right now. We're seeing the hidden facts of our government and political figures, and that's what's so disgruntling is if Elon Musk and Donald Trump didn't come into office and Kamala Harris was elected and Tim Walz was right by her side, would any sitting politicians ever brought this up? Would any Republican politician ever brought up the corruption in our government? Did they know? Did they know? I mean, the likes of Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Jim Gordon, you can go through the list of Rand Paul, would they have ever been able to crack the books to show us? Because these are all political figures that have been sitting around on our dime, on our time, on our thoughts that they're helping run our country correctly. Stop it. And what, and what's the real story? In so many ways, have they been hiding? I mean, or do they know about this? I mean, should they be hauled into court for hiding information that had, that was doing financial harm to our country and the well-being of our country? And what many are saying now in other countries, that this U.S. aid was deliberately used in other foreign countries to literally help movement of political differences in somebody else's country, and basically election interference. Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, you just think to yourself, and even for Donald Trump, for him, his first term, he wasn't even close to what Elon Musk has figured out. So how did Elon Musk figure all this stuff out? Wow. So here's what's interesting, what's been hiding. Did you know that since 2022, the Biden administration has been killing chickens by the millions? Did you know that? So we have the avian bird flu. It's a big problem. I read a whole article today of how the stock market for the eggs is traded. It's not a stock market, but have you ever heard of the Egg Clearinghouse? The Egg Clearinghouse is a company or a trading organization that was founded by a guy, I believe, named Jeff Adams Jr. of Clay. It was like Clay, Maine, the biggest egg producer back in the 60s and 70s. In 1971 in New Hampshire, he formed this trading organization to barter eggs. And so that is a key index off the stock market that drives the price of eggs. So our article talked about how the avian bird flu has created, from 2022 to today's present times, the higher price of eggs, because since Joe Biden was in office till he left, over, basically 100 million chickens have been killed, chicken and turkeys, because there's avian flu. So it's created a shortage of eggs because there's like 3.6 billion eggs sold a year. It's a huge industry, $600 million industry last year of selling eggs. And so the whole article is really kind of trying to explain on how this avian bird flu has been the reason for the increase in egg prices. And it's still a challenge for these farms that have all these chickens to not lose their chickens and lose their production of eggs. And that's the reason that the prices have gone further, because there's now less traders and more buyers. So they have an index showing on how the typical days where you'd have like 40 sellers and like maybe 20 or 30 buyers, but now it's turned into like 20 sellers and 200 buyers because there's such a shortage of eggs due to this avian flu bird. So did you know that? I mean, I know it's been talked about, but now people get on social media and blame Donald Trump, blamed Joe Biden for all the gouging of the egg pricing, not understanding they didn't understand that the avian bird flu is the main reason of the prices of eggs going from $2.50, $3 a dozen to $5 a dozen to $7 a dozen and even $10 or whatever it may be wherever you may live because of the demand. And so, like I say, was that something hidden from you as an individual that you didn't realize that that's what's going on? But what's even more concerning is that this avian bird flu, they got a strain number for it, it's gotten into cows. So now we're seeing this avian flu like over there in, I don't know, Nebraska or Nevada or somewhere. So there has been some now cows being killed off because the strain is transferred to the cows. And there are now reported 10 cases, I think, of people that have contracted that flu, but it's because these are farm help that had direct contact with the cows. But now the speculators, the concerned scientists, the concerned doctors, or whatever you want to call these people that are monitoring this flu, they're very concerned that this strain's going to become another strain that's eventually going to be a human strain, and it's going to be a major pandemic. So we have literally under Donald Trump's tenure again the potential of another major another flu pandemic on our doorstep if this strain they think goes from the cow, went from the bird to the cow. There have been 10 cats found dead out in some farmland somewhere where they believe it's all based off of these cats eating a bird because they had found feathers all around the cats, so they're very convinced that the cats got that. But what the concern is that if this transmits to the cats, then it's going to become a major problem because so many people have cats and they feel that the cat strain will definitely then transfer to the human strain. So just for those that are out there, and here's the thing. Donald Trump's being called out because he's wanting the Health and Human Services or whatever organization posts the updated information of what's going on through our country. He's wanting to tame that down and not freak everybody out like COVID did. So he's trying to, I think he's making the agency take down their webpage or something about sharing this information to not start having everybody freak out and go to the freak out mode that we're getting ready to see a huge pandemic play out right in front of our eyes. Wow. Can you even imagine? Can you imagine under Donald Trump's tenure that this thing really did play out? Wow. I mean, just wow. And then you think to yourself where it goes, because here's Elon Musk on the chopping block of getting rid of so many people's jobs per se. And these people then, lose their job. And then the pandemic comes in that instantly shuts down the restaurant industry. It'll be instant of all the things that'll play out again. And then people will be forced to go back home to work. The schools will be shut down. Does everyone remember this? Yes, this is potentially on our doorstep. But here's the thing. The problem is this doesn't want to be talked about a lot because then it starts creating the fear factor of everybody thinking that this is maybe going to play out. Does it? We've had so many flus come through our country from the animals that, most people are abreast to that. But does this really play out? Wow. All right, that's it. Kind of try to keep this thing no more than 30 minutes. So I'm just sharing information with you. And as I say, it's the hidden conversations that you and I now are being exposed from the likes of Elon Musk for showing us how our country, our government, is hiding things like never ever seen in modern times. And how do they right the ship? And where's our refund for all our taxes? Where's a refund for all this money that was proportionally spent to go overseas for how many years? How many years? I mean, are we talking 10 years? 20 years? How long has USAID been around? No, stop it. Stop it. Don't start destroying my damn barn. You just have to be eating something all the time. All right, everybody, that's it. I'm done. So hope everybody has a blessed day, and hope my conversation didn't get you too down and out. So God bless. Have a great day.